on the dot, and it is the, oh my goodness, second week of January.
Yes,
Yeah, wow,
yes.
second and a little bit more. So it is a beautiful, cozy Thursday, and we have our really special new friend, new guest. Her name is Ana Dominguez DeShaw, and
Hello.
Anna's gonna share with us her difficult journey very recently in the last couple of years, and how she established her new beginning. And it's just very inspiring to keep hearing all this really great story, and I can't wait to hear her story and share it with you. So so Sarah, if you want to educate people that if their first time just stumbling into our conversation here, please help me tell our audience who we are and introduce yourself too.
Definitely. Yes, it's my pleasure to kick off conversation with my introduction. In case you have not heard, I shared 175 times already.
You counting? I'm not.
Well, to save us time, I'm Sarah M. I grew up in Cambodia and I start out beautiful. My childhood life was perfect. I said perfect. I cannot find any better than that. But when I grew up, I got a chance to attend college. Then, while I was there, I was away from home. In in Asia, family and home is very important. But now I'm out of my nest, out of my comfort uh, in the college. And when that, while I was there, the communist regime took over our country and they turned our life upside down. And they basically destroyed our country. They destroyed a lot of our life, and I almost didn't make it, but thank God, there is God. He saved my life. And I cannot say enough about my gratitude. Not only that, he protected me while I escaped a couple times until I escaped out of the country. And out of the country, and I finally found my way here to United States. And again, another gratitude that I landed in the most beautiful country, and I met a lot of kind, wonderful people. So I cannot complain about anything compared to where I came from. So I'm just so happy that I get a chance to meet Lee, and we instantly become friends, and we start our journey here on the screen together for the last 9 months. And our goal is just pure simple, just to want to inspire our audience, the people that will need inspiration and need a little bit pickup. So that's all I want to say. And I have a book. If you want to know more about my story, my book is called How I Survived the Killing Fields. It's available on my website, sarahim.com. And if you need a speaker to inspire your group, reach out to us, Lee or myself. Thank you. Back to you, Lee.
Thank you, Sarah. Um, so Sarah had quite a few times of beginnings of her life, and so was I. And the month of January, we are focused more on how people start all over. I mean, we have many journey in our lives, right? How do you close a chapter and start another one? And many of us made it and be stronger and come out with convictions and be able to help other people. Now, some of us might not be that strong and still feel stuck in the space. And this is why this platform is for. We want to encourage you. We want to bring positive stories And we want to let you know that you are stronger than you think. Your strength, whatever the endurance you have, you are much stronger than that. And by listening to the people that we interview, we want you to know that you too can do it. So my life story start, I don't know where to tell you, but there start many chapters. And the quickest way I want to tell you is I started out with a good life, not terrible. It could be better. I mean, I can't say that I'm perfect, have a perfect childhood like Sarah did, but it's decent. And then everything turned upside down, just like her situation as well. Communists took over, 1975, everything just went kaput. And my family could not take the oppression, and we escape out to the sea. And from then on, the journey is just keep, starting a new beginning, a new beginning. Every time I felt like my life is getting over, I quickly start a new beginning. And my beginning for the pandemic is by writing my book, become a speaker, become an author. That's my new beginning for this last year. And I have so many more beginnings. If you inclined to know my story, go to my website, leetran.com. I have my book there. I have my TEDx talk there. You can hear many of my story. So it's not just one beginning. And when I read Ana Dominguez DeShaw's story that she sent it to us, I almost in tears. I felt she's such a strong woman, and for somebody who have guts, really have guts to do what she did. And I want her to tell you, so I don't want to spoil the story. So Ana, please welcome and thank you for being here with us. And please tell us what kind of journey have you been through? How did you just keep making a new beginning and not afraid? I know that you have a strong force behind you. So share with us, please.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Leah, and thank you, Sarah, for the invitation. I'm very pleased to be here and to get to know you more. You are a couple of strong women too. So it
Thank
is
you.
very nice to be around people like you. And well, yes, like you said, I've had a lot of new beginnings. I had to start from scratch. And in the last 6 years, I've done it already for 3 times. So
Yeah.
it can, yeah, it is hard. It is not easy. It is scary. But as you said, I'm not as strong. I have a very strong God who gives me all the strength that I need every time I ask for it. So all I have to do is just ask for strength and ask for wisdom and ask for good guidance. And that's how I keep, you know, walking and surviving. And
Yeah.
not only that, but enjoying the, 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 the journey through peace and joy. That's all I want. And I can tell you about when I came to this country. That was a new beginning because we have no idea all the things that we're giving up when we decide to come to go to another country.
Yeah.
In my case, it was because I met my husband, and it was not going to be easy for him to just move to Mexico. So we decided to start a new life in Texas. That's where we met. And I mean, it was like I had to give up seeing my parents every day, seeing my sister every day. I was very close. Well, I am still, but was not the same. But my
Yeah.
nephew, who now he's almost 15 years old, his name is Diego, and we were the closest. So from that, and then the food. I mean, it's not a joke, but the food is so
The culture, the food, yes.
So I was like, where are my tacos? So yeah, it is difficult. You are away from all of that and all the things that you are giving up to, in this case, for me to make a life with my husband. And not only that, but then even though I speak English, And I'm not a perfectly native speaker, but I communicate
We're in the
in
same
English.
boat here.
Yeah, and still you have a language barrier because there are
Yeah.
things that you are translating sometimes because there are not like idiomatic expressions to say what
Mhm.
you want to say, and then the other person, in this case my husband, who is a Native American, or people that also were around me, were understanding something else. Actions, gestures, I mean everything. It's just a cultural shock, a
Yeah.
language barrier, you a lot of things that you're giving up. And what I did wrong was to try to please everybody around me. I became
Oh, I hear you,
connected with
sister.
God.
I hear you so
Yeah.
clear. Yes.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, I don't even remember who I am. I'm
Mhm.
away from my friends, I'm away from my family, so I better just try to, adapt here. And I want everybody to like me or something,
Yeah.
because I mean, I don't know. It was so I was the one who was adapting to everything, who tried to understand everything, and then I realized that I was not happy. I was, I mean, I was not like, I was getting lost in that
Mhm.
process. I even got away from my relationship with God, and that really hurt me
Yeah.
very, very bad. Then um, I had my baby, and that was a miracle. It was the most magic months of my life. I enjoyed it so much, and when I had him in my arms, I was like, okay, he needs a happy mama. I
Yeah.
He changed my world completely. He helped me see my life like I want to give everything to him. I want him to have a relationship with God. I want him to be in peace. I want to change all my circumstances right now. So I start praying and praying, and that's when I started looking for God again, right? Like, hey God, remember, please forgive me. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm trying to please everybody, and I'm just getting lost in the process. So please help me. I was in a lot of pain. I was like internally, I was in a lot of pain. My husband and I started having a lot of issues. And of course, that relationship with my relatives there, the business I was helping with, just ended. Thank God, because I came here in November to Florida in 2019. And I feel like I came, and then 2 months later, the pandemic hit. So I didn't have the chance like to really know Florida a lot, but I've been happy. It's been really difficult. My husband encouraged me in that moment when we came here to start my own business. It was a business that I had in Mexico that I opened in 2009, but then I had to close it when I came to the US. And then we were open for a month and a half, and then we had to close due to the pandemic.
Yeah.
So we were again like, okay, just moved here from Texas to start a new life. We spent all our savings, to come here to this state. And then again, we invested money in the business, and now it didn't make sense to keep paying rent for a business that we were not going to even able to open, or to
Yeah.
continue. So since then, and due to difficult and different um, circumstances with my husband, I've been taking care of my son on my own. So I've been a single parent because my husband is dealing with some other stuff there in his hometown. So now I've been dealing with this on my own, and I decided, I mean, you have two choices. You
Yep.
can be a victim and you can cry and just say, hey, or
Yeah. Yeah.
you can learn from that experience that you are, I mean, now experiencing, right? Because
Absolutely. Yep.
you are in so much pain. It is
Yeah.
an internal pain that you don't see clear. it is impossible to see clearly. So that's when I start praying for wisdom, for guidance, for a lot of things. And then just things start happening to me. I got jobs from home. I could take care of my baby. I started working from home, which it was so exciting because I could be with my son at the same time. Well, my mom is here helping me, but it's like you are with him. I don't have to go work somewhere else.
Right.
And then I decided to get my license to do something in this country because I just have my degree in Mexico, but I didn't want to study the same thing again. I was like,
Right.
nope, I've been studying the same thing for 20 years. I need to do something differently. So I've always liked finances. I
So,
got my licenses, I got my
uh-huh.
jobs. I was studying when my baby was going to bed. That was the only time that I had to study. And finally, so many nights after that, I passed my exam. And
That
I'm
is
very
so tough.
excited.
That is so tough. I don't know how you do it, but having a brand new baby, I mean, it's just recouping the postpartums and all these things, your body still sort of like going through a major transformation. And I don't know how you do it. It is a lot of courage. But listen to you. There's a couple things I want to point out when you said that it's really difficult, even though you speak perfect English to me. And you said it's really hard for you to speak or be the conversational within the people in Texas. And I can totally get you because sometimes we speak enough English on the surface. It make it looks like we understand everything. But when people start injecting humor, sport, music, and idioms and all kind of things, and a lot of time we just have to fake it. We just fake with a smile and nod and feel like we are understanding. But seriously, it's really hard to dive into a deep conversation if you don't know the culture. Um, and it take me, I'm 40 years and I still feel like a stranger sometimes if I hear a conversation that is really deep into the history of American, which I, not participate in my youth age, and I'm sure you didn't either.
Mhm.
So that's one thing I want to point out to people. So that was really difficult for foreigner or for people who do not speak the language, even though if they speak, they sounds like they speak the language and they understand. That's just mostly the surface level. It's not very in the deep level. Secondly, I think Mexican culture and Asian culture are very similar in the sense that we're very family nucleus. We're very tight bond with our parents, our relative, our nieces, our nephews, and that is our bloodline. I mean, we don't live just for our husband and our kid, but we live for our immediate family, our parents and our siblings. So being away from them, obviously, I mean, is an extra pain that a lot of time American, I don't want to say in general, but most of American kid, 18 years old, 21 years old, they become independent. They just, it's natural for them to break away from the family. Now I know my mom and your mom was like, "What? Why are you moving across town? Why couldn't you buy something, down the street? That is the big issue."
Yeah.
And trying to please everyone in your family and in your husband's family. So that is definitely a difficult things. And the thing that when you live for everybody else, eventually you're going to hate yourself because you are not giving time to yourself. So I totally get you. But I thought you were dealing with some health issue as well when you have your son. I think that's something, and that's why, I mean, when I read your little bio that you sent to us, and I was like, wow, just one level after the other. It just seems like, it's just like bang bang bang, nonstop.
Yeah. Well, it happens. You were talking to Ali just like 2 days or 3 days ago, and I really believe that whenever you are not happy, then
Mhm.
you start having a lot of health issues. I'm
Yeah.
not blaming everything on your health
No.
issues, it, but it is a
Anxiety have a way to creeping into your health, right?
exactly. Your body's telling you something. So
Mm-hmm.
since when I was in Texas, I had vertigo, which I never
Ah.
had in my life, and then I had two miscarriages, and
Oh, that's it. That's what I was thinking. It was like how, I mean, emotionally, you probably on the roller coaster every time.
yes, I had two. Well, I really believe that they are souls in heaven right now. So the first one, we named her Betsy. I'm sure it was a girl, but I mean, don't trust me a lot,
Right.
okay? But
Right.
I want to think it was a girl. And the second one, his name was Emmanuel. So
That's so
uh,
beautiful. I believe doing that just really give peace to your mind so you can move on.
it's been one of the hardest things that I've ever
Mm,
had to go through. To see how they're just alive, it's just ending like that.
yeah.
And that was pretty traumatic. But so of course, and then I had my gallbladder removed. So I was dealing with so many issues that I was like, okay, but what's going
Oh,
on?
it's not funny, but I mean, looking back, like, how did I do that? I don't know.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
God is good, right? God is always taking care of you. And I think,
Oh yeah,
it is for everyone who's listening, um, you know, whatever faith is, I think it feels much secure when you know that there's somebody super being looking after you and protecting you and love you. I mean, if you don't believe in God, just believe that someone super force is out there and always want to love you and nurture you, at least just to get that, to get your mental going.
that's right. And something very important, Leah and Sarah, is that God also communicates you with the people that He
Hmm.
puts around you. And in Texas, thank God, I had the blessing of meeting a pastor in the church that I was going to, and she and the church and the people in the church really helped me go
Mm,
through a lot of stuff that I just didn't understand. So they were the
yeah.
really only ones that helped me, plus a friend,
Yeah.
very close friends, Pat and Mando. They were very nice and they loved me. They really loved me the way I was, and I
Hmm.
could be myself around them. So that was the
Yeah.
good thing.
As you get a new family right there. I mean, that's your new beginning, your new family, right?
Exactly, exactly. So now here, of course, I've been here for a year and 2 months, maybe, and I've met so many people, probably way more people in this year that I met in Texas. I
Probably
mean,
through Zoom, most of them.
yes, for sure. I mean, I love what my passion is about is helping business owners.
Hmm.
So I have a networking group as well, such as you do. And I mean, I love helping business owners. So I've met so many people. I don't really know what I'm gonna do when I meet somebody in person. I have no clue. Like I'm gonna be like,
Well,
okay.
you know what? I think you don't really need to have, I mean, for me, I don't really need to have a motive to know anybody. I just want to know who that person is. I just want to build some relationship, some friendship to begin with. There's nothing that I just think that we're human being. We all have story. We all have compassion. We all have similar condition that, I just want to be friends. And I'm very sure that that's what, a lot of time is sprout out from friendship. And when I met Sarah, I didn't know what we're going to do. I just like, wow, your story is just so fascinating. And she's think the same about me. And we sit and we talk for an hour. And we're like, well, we'll see you again. We don't know what we're going to happen, but we'll keep in mind that just have somebody. And then a month later I call her up, and we've been seeing each other almost every day.
And look at you, yes, and that's what I like about this virtual life. That's why I say,
Hmm.
hey, I've seen like Sarah, I've seen her pretty much every day this week, and I feel like I'm working with you all, and it's like, hey, I
Yeah.
think, hey, hi again.
Yeah.
We're like just in different departments, but working for the same company or something. I don't know, but
And I
and
think that, yeah,
yeah, Look at
And I
you.
think a
See?
lot of time your energy will attract the same people with the same energy. I mean, you are
Yes,
who you attract.
that's what I'm loving. I
Hmm.
am. It's been so hard. I mean, I don't even know how I am here talking to you. Okay, because everything has been through what God has been doing for me and my family.
Yeah.
But there were times I didn't even know how we were gonna put for food in our table. And all of a sudden something was coming, and then
Yeah.
something was coming, and then the next day again, and I can be myself. And even though the stress, I was not stressed. I was trusting God, and
Hmm.
I didn't want my baby to feel any negativity
Yeah.
whatsoever. So
Yeah.
I don't care. We're gonna go to the park. We're gonna go to the beach. I don't care what is gonna happen tomorrow, but I want him to learn how to enjoy that peace. It does not matter how the world is just crumble.
Yeah.
No, he needs to learn how to be in a relationship with God, feel peace, feel joy, and just trust. And he'll give
Exactly.
you the strength that you need. He'll give you everything, everything, and more
Well,
things that you didn't
I
even know you need.
I don't know how much you know about my story, but I was born as a Buddhist. My whole family is in Buddhism, and I become a Christian. I would say maybe 30 years ago when I married my husband. He's a Catholic. Um, and I always feel like my faith has gotten stronger when I'm start trusting God. And there's one phrase in the hymn that when I get nervous or not in the place of lack, I always sing to that God will provide for all that you need here at the table of plenty. And that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I don't have to worry. I mean, he's going to take care of us. There's no need to worry. And believe it or not, like you say, things happen. We don't need a whole lot. I mean, coming from my background, Sarah's background, your background, we only need a little bit to survive, to sustain our lifestyle. And I think when you feeling peace, you will not get panic the way that you worry and over worry. The only anxiety I have is work. I'm always like load myself with a lot of work, and I it's not because something. It's just me. It's just my nature. I'm always like a workaholic. I'm always get something going. Produce money or no money, I'm always work. It doesn't matter. I mean, as long as I enjoy working on that, I keep doing it. But I'm so um I mean, like I admire you for just having a baby, taking a test, and starting a new beginning, and doing so many things just because you have such trust. And it is a great thriving story. It is a great story that we'd love to share.
Yeah, you have that strong love for your son, for your baby. That love encourages you to do many things that otherwise it's not possible. But because of that
Yeah,
baby,
I
because
think
of his,
sometimes being a mom's make us work harder because we want to set good example. And I know that because of my son, I become a better person. It's just because that I feel like I gotta show him that he has a good mom.
Yes, and that's right. And I don't know about you girls, but I even started knowing I am more aware of the love that God has for us. Like
Mhm.
when I see my son smile, and
Yeah,
that just brightens my day,
yeah.
then I start feeling like, oh, maybe that's what God feels when I'm
Hmm.
smiling. Like, hey,
Yeah,
that's my child
I know.
smiling.
It's the
So,
most innocent. I mean, I love to just watch a baby sleep.
oh yeah.
It's just like it's the creepiest thing, I guess. But just watching the baby sleep make me feel so peaceful. It's just like it.
Yes.
It just make you feel really calm.
And
So,
that's
so what you're
really
doing
good.
now is you're selling life insurance. Is what you're doing. I see the New York Life behind you.
Yes. Well, I do very young life insurance.
Okay.
I do all the part of, I do protection, yes, but I also
Okay.
work on accumulation and preservation. and I want to help people. All this situation really encouraged me to really help people to be prepared for what is unexpected. This year, not this year, 2020, really taught us how difficult it is to deal with things that we are not expecting. And we think that we have everything under control, right?
Yeah.
And we have our routine, our job, and no, I want to make like, hey, we need to be careful with our money. We need
Right.
to save money. I'm teaching kids how to save money as well. I found that New Zealand is the only country that really has a financial program in their school system. So that's
Yeah,
sad.
we need to start that in the high school level so they understand the responsibility of having money and spending money. I think it is very critical.
Exactly.
So is it
So
safe to say that you help younger people for their financial understanding, or who are the people that you help?
anybody, if that person breathes, I can help them.
Okay. So how do people get in touch with you?
How?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm on Facebook. The Facebook page is Ana Dominguez DeShaw, agent with New York Life. Or here's my phone number as well, 727-698-2929. And I pretty much do free consultations. We talk about their dreams. We talk about what they are worried, you
The
know.
plans. Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot really plan a
Right.
trip until you don't know where you want to go. So if you
Right.
don't know where you want to go, then I'll give you all the options where you want to go, and then
Right.
we worked on that. So it's like a partnership, you know.
Right.
I'll go with you, and I'll tell you how.
It
So
is the beginning of the year. People better plan, right? I mean, it doesn't seems like, well, it seems like, oh, we're still start fresh. And look, 2 weeks is already over.
I
So,
know it's like
so
really.
we got to plan quick and plan fast because 2021 is going to be zipping by too. And then we want to have something to show for at the end of the year. So,
It's the
yeah.
month of the resolutions.
Well, I don't make the resolution anymore. I'm just making a new habit. Every day I'm just making a new habit. But thank you so much,
That's right.
Anna. I really appreciate that you sharing your story and how you keep pushing to form your new beginnings. Every chance you have, you don't get discouraged, you fall down and you get up and you do it over again and again. And that's something that I think we all need to have that in mind, that we can't just stay down when we fall. We got to get up. We got to get up.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And I really encourage everybody to do the same thing. It's not, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's not painful. I've been in internal pain missing my husband for so how many months now. But hey, I'm not concentrated on that. I'm
Yeah.
concentrated on what I have right now, what God is blessing me with every day. And that's what I take and build. So, and also the people, you all, the networking group and the people that I've met in all these months have been really encouraging to me as well. So
Yeah. You're not alone. Reach out to people, reach out to make new friends, reach out to the old friends that you have not connected for a while. There's always ways to do things. So just do something.
stay connected, yeah, because that's what they were saying. Like, hey, we are in what was it, in quarantine or something? Okay, yes, but that does not mean that we have to be isolated.
Right.
I talk
That's
to my
true.
sister every day. I
Right.
talk to my dad in Mexico every day. I talk to my nephews every day.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, thank God for the Zoom platform, for FaceTime, for Blue